A foolish faith in authority is the worst enemy of truth. You will learn to create solutions to your toughest, even impossible problems. You will learn techniques implicit in the solutions of Albert Einstein, history's greatest problem solver. Any intelligent fool can make things bigger, more complex, and more violent. It takes a touch of genius and a lot of courage to move in the opposite direction. Einstein solved some of the world's most bewildering problems. He was successful because he had a very different way of thinking. You can learn to think in the same way. You won't become any smarter, but you will start seeing the solutions you have been ignoring. These techniques, and those of others presented here, are not just for unraveling the mysteries of the universe. By learning new ways to solve problems, you can increase the profitability of your business, improve educational opportunities for your children, make artistic and creative breakthroughs, and enhance the quality of your life. Tough problems of all kinds can be resolved because one universal principle is at the core of learning to think like a genius. You've got to break the rules. Einstein was one of the world's most natural rule breakers. He didn't just challenge physical laws. He flaunted tradition and outraged governments. Breaking rules caused him constant trouble, but Einstein's audacious willingness to fracture any rule was at the core of his genius. He was a great problem solver because he was a superb rule breaker. It is a common trait of genius and a skill that can be learned and cultivated. We can all think like Einstein if we just learn to break the rules. Few people are capable of expressing with equanimity opinions which differ from the prejudices of their social environment. Most people are even incapable of forming such opinions. Rules are not always bad things. They are like railroad tracks. If you want to go where the track goes, they are perfect. But like destinations, without a rail line, some solutions cannot be reached by following our rules. The only way to get there is to leave the tracks. Rules stunt innovative thinking because they seem so right. They hide the numerous superior solutions that exist but are outside our rule ruts. These great solutions will only be found by breaking the rules. Our biggest obstacle when we are faced with an impossible problem is inside us. It is that our experiences, mistaken assumptions, half-truths, misplaced generalities, and habits keep us from brilliant solutions. The great new ideas, the vital solutions exist. They are just outside the prevailing thought. Otherwise, someone would have found them already. You must break the rules to solve impossible problems. I sometimes ask myself how it came about that I was the one to develop the theory of relativity. The reason, I think, is that a normal adult never stops to think about problems of space and time. These are things which he has thought about as a child. But my intellectual development was retarded, as a result of which I began to wonder about space and time only when I had already grown up. Saying that rule breaking was the secret to Einstein's genius is a big claim. He was also naturally brilliant and extremely tenacious. How do we know that rule breaking wasn't just an ancillary quirk of his genius? Let's do a simple thought experiment to learn what was responsible for Einstein's great ideas. Einstein loved thought experiments, so it is appropriate that he is the subject of ours. Winning at Tic Tac Toe. Most impossible problems are like winning at Tic Tac Toe. The game seems impossible one. You may play over and over, using different strategies, but without any success. But you can win. at Tic Tac Toe and solve other hopeless problems if you break the rule. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. You might not want to cheat at Tic Tac Toe, but what about an important problem? A tough problem that you need solved? Could you break the rules to create a solution? Of course, I am not talking about moral laws, but rather the rules in your head that dictate how the problem should be solved. Few people consider taking an extra turn cheating in the real world, but it is actually a time-honored solution. There are many ways to win at tic-tac-toe or solve impossible problems. It isn't hard to get 3 in a row if you use an X with 2 of your Os. Why limit yourself to your own ideas? Define victory flexibly. You can win at tic-tac-toe or solve other tough problems if you use a flexible definition of victory. Allow for a kink in your row, and you will win every time. Sometimes our conditions for victory are too stringent or inappropriate. When Winston Churchill was 35 and served as Britain's Home Secretary, some of his friends were discussing how they had not expected to rise to their important positions so early in life. But Churchill just fumed. Napoleon won Austerlitz at my age. Churchill couldn't win his personal contest with ambition because his definition of victory was too lofty. Changing the definition of success can make a solution possible. Cooperate. The rule that someone must lose may be your biggest obstacle to either of you winning. Cooperate with your opponent so that you both win. I once watched a building burn to the ground. The owner was happy about it. So was the fire department. The owner needed his building demolished, and the fire department needed a place to practice their firefighting. Both needs were solved with perfect synergy. All of these solutions break the rules of tic-tac-toe, just as Einstein broke the rules of physics. You will not win at tic-tac-toe or solve impossible problems just by trying harder. You must break the rules. Man tries to make for himself, in the fashion that suits him best, a simplified and intelligent picture of the world. He then tries to substitute this cosmos of his for the world of experience, and thus overcome it. Thinking like Einstein works because the biggest obstacles to solving tough problems are in our heads. Breaking rules is hard. This is why there are so many smart people, but so few Einsteins. You may have to violate a cherished rule to solve your toughest problem. The rule you need to break may transgress common sense. You and your colleagues will be certain you are making a foolish mistake, but violating common sense may be the only way to solve the problem. By his own admission, Einstein's greatest mistake was modifying some equations to make the universe conform to his common sense. His calculations told him that the universe must either be expanding or contracting, but he felt that it must be static. One glance at the night sky confirmed this truth. Only later, when astronomers observed the expansion of the universe, did he correct his theory. You can solve your own impossible problems like Einstein. It won't be easy to do, but it will be fun when you do it. Breaking rules is exhilarating. If you can learn to break the rules that are holding you back, the universe will be yours. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of those who don't do anything about it. In my next video, I will discuss about Out Universe of Truth. Very soon I will publish here, so subscribe my channel to see all of my next videos. And see you soon. Take care of yourself and stay happy. Thanks a lot for watching this video. To all of you my dear friends,